सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। हरिः ओं श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओं. We are in chapter 17 of Bhagavad Gita, Sradhatraya We have completed 14th sloka, which talks about Saririka Tapas. Of the 4 topics Paramatma promised to discuss, 2 topics have been completed. The threefold ahara, threefold yajna. Ahara means food, yajna means worship. They are all over. Now Paramatma has come to the 3rd topic named tapas. The word tapas has 2 meanings. One is general meaning, another is a specific meaning. Here it is used in a general meaning. The specific meaning of the word tapas is willful self-denial to establish my mastery over my indriyas, my organs of the body. Willful self-denial, kasta sahishnutvam. Whatever I have been giving to my organs, whatever the comfort I give, it should not become a habit. Over a period of time, my own organs should not become master on me. They should not dictate. This comfort should be there. Otherwise, it is not possible to live. That type of situation should not arise. So initially, I might have been a master, and I would have allowed the sense organs to enjoy certain comforts. But in due course, the sense organs, they get addicted to these comforts. And sometimes they begin to demand those things. Then I will become a slave to them. And they are capable of dictating me. The sense organs become so powerful that when I say no to these organs, they begin to protest. And the protest of these sense organs is in the form of creating mental turbulence, a mental agitation. The eyes will say, I want that, otherwise I will not allow you to do that work. They nag me. The tongue will say, I need a cup of coffee. If I do not provide, it will not allow me in peace. So it keeps on, the organs keep on nagging me. Once the sense organs are capable of creating a mental turbulence, it becomes a real problem. So I should have a check on my organs once in a while. So I should be able to say no to them, whatever the sense organs have been doing regularly. And this voluntarily self-denial is called tapas. Kasta sahishnutvam tapaha. A forced self-denial is suffering. It is a suppression. It is bad to the mental health also. Therefore, tapas should never be enforced by other people. But I should myself decide on Sivaratri, I will not eat. On Ekadasi day, I will not take anything. I will observe Upavasam, fasting. So, it is definitely a discomfort. But willfully I have taken it up. It is not forced on to me by someone. So, this will enhance my willpower, my dhriti, and this willful self-denial will give me this inner strength. Therefore, the tapas becomes a spiritual sadhana. Shankar Bhagavad-pada defines tapas as a sarira pidanam, voluntarily giving discomfort to the body. One day there is no fan. One day there is no AC. One day there is no pillow. You should be able to accommodate. You should not make a mess of things. You should not create a real problem to the people around you. So, in fact, all our vows are associated with various ceremonies, and all the vows are different forms of tapas only. So, this is willful self-denial is first specific meaning of the word tapas. And then there is another general meaning for the word tapas. And that is the meaning to be taken in this context. Paramatma is talking about the general meaning, not the self-denial. And that general meaning is in any form of discipline. Any form of discipline. Especially religious or spiritual discipline. That I practice day in and day out. That is called tapasya in this context. Mahanarayana Upanishad says, Rutam tapaha, satyam tapaha, srutam tapaha, shantam tapo, damo tapaha. Like this, it says, all these things are tapas. Rutam is tapas, satyam is tapas, srutam is tapas, shantam is tapas, dharma is tapas, Kshama is tapas, Dhanam is tapas, like that. There are so many ways of sadhanas for tapas. Sense control is tapas. Regularly attending the class is a tapas. Thus, Satyam means speaking truth. This is a tapas. Parayanam is a tapas. Getting up early in the morning is a tapas. Thus, the second meaning of the word is what? Any discipline. It is in this meaning the word tapas is used in 17th chapter, SradhatrayaVibhagaYoga. And this tapas, Paramatma divides. One is the tapas based on the instrument with which I practice the discipline. The physical discipline, verbal discipline, oral discipline. And the third is mental discipline, Kayika Manasa Tapas. This is Karana Drushtya Trividam Tapaha. Krishna Paramatma will later talk about the tapas from another angle. This is Guna Drushtya Trividam Tapaha. Satvika, Rajasa, Tamasa Tapaha. Of these two, first, we are seeing Karana Drushtya Tapas. Karana means instrument. And later, Guna Drushtya, division, will come. The 14th verse is Kayika Tapas. 15th, Vachikam. 16th is Manasam. 17th will be Satvikam. 18th is Rajasam. 19th is Tamasam. This is how the development is going to be, of which we have completed half of the 14th verse, in which discipline is talked about. What is the first physical discipline? Any type of ritual that I regularly practice. Any type of physical ritual that I practice is Kayakam Tapas. Deva Dvija Guru Prajna Pujanam. So in our tradition, people take up one type of puja or other in a periodical way. So for the sake of puja, we'll get up early in the morning and we take bath. And when puja is to be performed, you cannot perform the puja in night dress. So you have to take bath. It may be a kakasnanam. Kakasnanam means just take one tumbler full of water, sprinkle, and then come out of the bathroom. It is a snanam. Initially, it may be a kakasnanam, but over a period of time, it becomes a regular snanam. So you will be forced to get up early. It's a wonderful discipline, a tapas. You decide to go to few temples, at least one temple. You have to walk. Walking is a tapas, is an exercise. Pradakshina is a tapas. You do namaskara, Surya namaskara. All these things will come under physical pujanam, kaika pujanam. So, Deva Dvija Guru Prajna Pujanam. So, I make sure that all namaskaras are not the shorter ones. We have several namaskaras, just bowing the head. Instead of taking to the shorter version, take to the longer one, Sashtanga Namaskaram, so that the tummy will go inside. So, Pujanam. Up to this, we have seen. Now, one is Saucham, physical purity or physical cleanliness is a form of Kaikam Tapaha, taking regular bath. So, this itself is a tapas nowadays. The younger generation, they don't take bath. I have observed in many people, they take bath very light. Taking bath every day is not a tapas for them. They take once in a while. So, taking bath every day is also a tapas. They don't cut nails regularly. Even though they cut nails on the hands, they leave the nails on the legs. So, to be clean and hygienic is a tapas. Then Paramatma talks about the hygiene in this manner. So these are all supposed to be normal things. But Paramatma, out of compassion, chooses to talk about even this basic discipline. And the tragedy is that we have got all this in scriptures taking about the how to have our personal hygiene. So that is what we hear. So we hear that wherever these Indians are, they form colonies in foreign countries, they keep those colonies very dirty. And it will reflect. There are no separate secluded colonies for Indians. And invariably these people, they keep it dirty. So they earn that bad reputation that way. So you should keep your house clean. You should keep your outside environment also clean. So that is a tapas. This is talked about, this kind of hygiene, personal hygiene, and the environmental discipline. It is talked about 5,000 years ago in Gita. See how much of importance our people give for Saucham, Subrata. Then Arjavam. Arjavam means making sure that physical actions are in alignment with my thought and word. All my physical actions are in keeping with my thought and word. All three must be in one line. Action, thought, and word. They all must be in one line. I should not think something, and I should not talk some other thing and do some other thing. That should not be thing. Whatever I think should come out as my speech, and whatever I speak must be in action. This is what we call Arjavam. So we have to follow Arjavam also. This is very, very important discipline. It is called tapas. Punctuality is very important. So if you say at so and so time you will meet someone, and if you are unable to meet, you should give a call and tell him that you are not able to meet the appointment. So this is a very important thing. Our Guruji says, people take appointment. They do not care to say that there is an inconvenience in meeting Swamiji. So they don't, say we are not able to come. Even after, next meeting also they don't talk about this. Sometimes they talk and they will say next week we will come. And that next week also they don't come. They don't mention. So this is a very, very wrong thing. If you follow time as Bhagavan, if you having Kalam as Brahma, if you have that bhavana, you will give utmost importance. You have to maintain time. You have to, go punctually. That punctuality is very, very important. There should be no procrastination anywhere. So this is also a tapas. Arjavam is a tapas. Punctuality is a tapas. So like that, there are so many tapas. For brahmacharyam is a tapas. Gruhasthasramam is a tapas. There is chastity in brahmacharyam. A lot of value system in gruhasthasramam. So vanaprastha and sannyasa ashramam also there is a kind of discipline. So all these things are tapas. Ahimsa. Ahimsa means not hurting anybody. Non-violence at all three levels. But in this context, we are restricting ourselves the physical discipline. So you should not physically hurt anyone. Not only people, even things. Even the way you handle the books. How one handles the book, one can understand if we see the books. In Gurudwara, they pray the book as a Guru Granth Sahib, that is the book. They pray that book as the God. So they have that reverence. In Rishikesh, they cover the book with saffron cloth. And they will not keep it on the floor. They will bring it very, in a very holy manner. They first, they bring it and open it. And at the end also, they cover it with that saffron cloth and take it away. So this is the attitude they have, even for an inanimate things. If there is the table is not balancing properly, they keep the Gita book under that, leg so that it will not tilt. So that should not be the attitude. When you have a hot coffee, you should not keep Gita book as a cover, simply because it is there. So you should feel that reverence the moment you look at the book. So this is a tapas. So with this context, we will see sloka number 17. Anudvegakaram vakyam satyam priyahitam chayat swadhyaya abhyasanam chaiva vanmayam tapavutyate. This is the 15th sloka. Vakyam. Vakyam means that speech. Yet anudvegakaram, which is not hurtful, which is not creating any turbulence. Satyam, which is truthful. Cha priyahitam, pleasant and beneficial. Cha eva, swadhyaya bhyasanam uchyate, the regular study of scriptures. Vanmayam tapaha are said to be verbal austerity. That speech which is not harmful, which is truthful, pleasant, beneficial, and the regular study of scriptures are said to be verbal austerity. So now comes the vak tapas, the verbal discipline. or oral discipline. First, we have to understand the importance of Vak Indriyam. There are 10 sense organs for us. 5 Jnanendriyas are there. That is the ear, skin, eye, tongue, and nose. We have got 5 Karmendriyas. They are Vak, Pani, Pada, Upastha, Payu. Of these 10 organs, Paramatma is specially choosing one Karmendriya, one organ of action. He does not talk about the other Karmendriyas. He is not mentioning the other 5 Jnanendriyas also. Why should the scriptures choose Vak Indriyam only for the separate dealing with this? Why should scriptures choose Vak Indriyam only for dealing tapas? From that itself, it is very, very clear. Out of 10 Indriyas, the most powerful Indriya is Vak Indriyam. First, we have to assimilate this fact, and then alone we can appreciate the significance of Vak tapas. Generally, when we talk of superiority of human beings, how the human beings is superior to all other animals. Generally, we enumerate or mention only the intelligence or buddhi as main faculty, which distinguishes the human being from all others. Animals do not have great intelligence. Of course, they have got some intelligence, especially some of the animals like gorilla, dolphin, etc. They have got extra intelligence compared to the other animals. But compared to human being, they are not very, very intelligent. Their intelligence is inferior to human beings. Why? Because of the Vak Indriyam. So, the Vak Indriyam is the only thing apart from buddhi. Buddhi is superior to human being. Apart from buddhi, Vak Indriyam is specially given to human being. He can communicate to other human being. He has a grammar, he has a language, and with this advanced development, human being is able to express his thoughts to other human beings. So the organ of speech is very, very important. It's very special and important. Imagine only the organ of speech is not there. It is very good to think of the consequences. What will be the type of the world if there is no speech? Only the intelligence is there, buddhi is there, and Vak Indriyam is not working for the human beings. Imagine such a situation. He cannot speak, but he is having intelligence. So, if that be the case, what will be the situation? He cannot have written words. The words have come because of the speech only. Everything you have to express only through action. The actions have come. They are the visual symbols of the words. If you write table, each letter is a visual symbol of the language. If I say tea, there is a visual symbol. Unless I say tea, that visual symbol is not created. So the words are not there, language is not there, writing is not there, books cannot be there. First and foremost thing is, what will be the type of the world if we have got the same level of intelligence but no organ of speech. That means none of us can speak. We are all dumbfolded. So we can ask children to visualize this and write down the consequences. The first thing would be there will be no schools and colleges. All colleges and schools will be abolished because they are all based on the written words and spoken words. Both written and spoken words are possible only because of the organ of speech. You may wonder, for written words, why organ of speech is required. For written words, we require only hand and book. Remember, written words are only symbols of spoken words. So, if you want to write table, you write T-A-B-L-E. So, it is a symbolic representation of a spoken word. Therefore, all the written and spoken words would go away. All the schools are gone. All the colleges vanish. And all the books vanish. All the radio programs disappear. And television programs would be like the old dumb movies, Mookie pictures. All the postal services, courier services would vanish. And all the phones become useless. And the great tragedy will be what every human being will have to discover the scientific laws independently. They cannot progress further based on the present discoveries. They need to discover everything afresh. So, it's a great loss. So, therefore, I need not separately work for it. Whatever is discovered, I can take it along and go forward. But now, when the words are not there, when the spoken language is not there, the entire progress is completely standstill. So, the peace of mind we derive by sharing our problem with others will go away. All the counseling, etc., will become meaningless. In fact, you can go on visualizing the danger that may occur by not having the speech. So, the benefit of the superior intelligence only if we have the organ of speech. We can benefit from the superior intelligence all because of the organ of speech. In fact, ultimately, the moksha itself is possible through Sravanam, Mananam, and Nididhyasanam. Sravanam means somebody should speak. So, if there is no speech, there is no Sravanam. So, moksha is impossible. So, if you keep on visualizing, you can see how deep it is, how important it is, and how necessary it is to have the speech. So, every step of our daily life depends upon the speech. So, I have to understand the power of the words which come from my mouth. We generally take the words for granted because it is easily manufactured and we let it out because there is no tax also. We have got in our constitution the freedom of expression. Swamiji says if you go to some Gulf countries, you will know the value of speech. Swamiji humorously says, if you get any dental problem, they have to reach through ears because they cannot open the mouth. Only then we will know the importance of freedom of speech. So the words that are coming out of my mouth are extremely powerful. They can spread like smoke. The words are capable of destroying the people, destroying the families, destroying the society, destroying the country. The words can do wonders also. At the same time, the words which are spoken properly, intelligently, can give even immortality, moksham, and peace of mind. So my words can be like the smoke of the agarbatti which spread and give happiness to others. And my words can be like a cigarette smoke, making others a passive smokers. The words can harm others, the words can comfort others. Since the words are capable of harming others also, I should be very, very responsible in speaking. I should be a responsible speaker. This is the second thing I have to assimilate. Recently, we have seen in newspaper how all bottled waters are polluted with insecticides and pesticides. So much furor was created, even in other countries. And this news spread because foreigners are very, very particular. It has become a very, very serious issue. The water that comes out of factory can affect the people. We consider it very, very important. Similarly, the words which are manufactured in our brain and which are let loose in the society can damage and cause havoc to the other people. Therefore, being a responsible speaker means before letting out the words outside, I have to make sure that it has the quality check. Now the government is putting condition that so many parameters should be checked. So in the similar way, we should not talk whatever we feel like talking. We should have filters. And we have to see that other people are not hurt by our speech. Therefore, the second lesson is I have to think and assimilate the importance of the speech and become a responsible speaker, which means I have no right to allow loose words to go out. Before every word come out, it should go through my intellect. And the ISA certificate must be there. The stamp must be there. This is the second lesson that I have to learn and assimilate before thinking of Vak Tapas. The first lesson is that speech is the most powerful organ. The second lesson is I have to be a responsible speaker because my words can destroy. I may not contribute positively, but I have no right to contribute negatively. Every gossip is a distraction. Every rumor is a distraction. Every sentence made based on incompetent information is a distraction because it spreads from person to person. Then the third lesson I have to understand and assimilate is if I have to produce quality words out of my mouth, the quality must be limited. So when the quality is unwieldy, the quality check becomes poorer. Any company, any organization you can see, the quality will be good initially and the demand increases. Because the news spread, quality is good, quality is good. Like that the news spread, customers will increase. Gradually you will find the quality comes down because you don't take care. It is a natural law. It is very difficult to maintain quality. When the quality becomes low, people will lose the trust. Therefore, I want to be a responsible speaker. I have to reduce the quantity of any speech. Without quantity control and without quality control, it is not possible. Now the question is, how to control the quantity? There are many methods, but we have to follow only one rule. The easiest method of quantity control is, I will talk only to those people who are interested in listening to me. One small law, you can note it and implement. I will talk only to those people who are interested in listening to me. Once I decide to apply this law, I discover a startling fact. What is that? Nobody is interested to listening to me. If you have not discovered this fact yet, you can try. So, whenever you are in conversation, you study the body language of the other person. We can see his rejection, his restlessness. He will look this side and that side. He will look at the watch and he will be thinking something else. And he wants you to stop talking. Once you stop talking, he will start his talking endlessly. So from this experience, you understand whether the person is interested in listening your talk. So this is what we have to understand. So this is a valuable thing. You cannot simply talk to people when they are not interested. Observe this principle. This is what Swamiji is cautioning us. Swamiji also says, these people, they take appointment from Swamiji and they will say, we will only spend few minutes. And once they get their chance, they will not allow Swamiji to talk. They talk all their problems and they will not take any advice from Swamiji. And at the end, they will thank Swamiji and say, thank you Swamiji for your suggestion. The fact is that they have not allowed Swamiji to talk. They only talked. So this is the thing. What Swamiji says, people are not interested in listening to you. They want to pour their, conversation. They want to pour their speech onto you. So one thing is, if you want to really invite the attention of the other people, you can say some spicy news about your neighbor. You can say, this is a very secret news. I hope you will not spread to anyone. You look here and there and ensure that nobody else is there, and then you make him, show his attention. Then you observe that person will go to Nirvikalpaka Samadhi. Going to Nirvikalpaka Samadhi is so easy. So he will have his utmost and rapt attention to listen to that gossip. Then you may say, why gossip? Why should I say gossip here? Forget it. So if you say that, you should see his face. It will become pale and he will be so restless. So therefore, have this one principle. I will talk only to a listener. The quantity will come down drastically. This is an important lesson I have to learn. Reduce the quantity, know the value of speech, and be responsible and understand the quantity has to be reduced. Next lesson is, what are the parameters to check the quality of the words? Just as for water, there are so many parameters. For speech also, there are certain parameters. Especially in Gita, Bhagavan gives some parameters. Following those parameters, if you talk, you will be liked by all. So, what are those parameters or norms? Paramatma gives in this sloka. The first and foremost parameter is anudvegakaram. We have to understand the words are capable of hurting others. They are capable of creating a turbulence in their mind. So words can hurt people. Words can do himsa to others. The verbal himsa is generally deeper than the physical violence. So we should be very, very careful. So your word should not hurt. Your word should not create a turbulence in the mind. So this is a very important thing. So this is a papa karma also. If you create an agitation, a turbulence in others' mind. And of course, people ask, sometimes we have to use strong words in vyavahara, in transaction. We have to use words, Swamiji, you have to come to our house and see. This is what people say. If you are going to use goody words with the servants, the other people will sit on our heads. They will not do any work. They will take it as an advantage. We do accept this, but you can have a knack. You need not use harsh language. Without using harsh language, you can get the things done. Like in Western countries, especially in UK, the language is so polite. They say please, thank you. Like that, for every alternate sentence, they will be using this etiquette. So, this should be the thing. You should not use unparliamentary language. The next parameter is satyam. Satyam means a truthfulness. Truthfulness is defined as alignment of the speech with the thought and mind. So, how do you know whether you are maintaining the harmony or not? The thinker I and the speaker I should be in harmony. What I know, what I speak should not have any division. There should be a unity in what I think and what I speak. This is the universal rule. If you think something and speak something else, it will really spoil your mind and also others' minds. So if you divide between the thinker I and speaker I, so it will be a great fall. Divided, we fall. United, we stand. A divided family will perish soon. A divided country will perish soon. Divided political party will perish soon. So anything divided will perish. Anything united will be strong. And that is not only the empirical truth, even in Vedanta, Dvaita makes me suffer from the samsara because it divides Paramatma and Jivatma. Advaitam gives me Ananda. If it is true at all levels, that is true at the level of my personality too, my personality also. All my organs must be united, then I am strong enough to attempt moksha. Therefore, asteyam is a great obstacle to spiritual growth. Untruth is the greatest obstacle. Not only it is obstacle, every untruth brings me down spiritually. Every truth supports me spiritually. Therefore, Satyam is a second parameter to be checked. We have a special Vedic prayer for that. Van me manasi pratishtita, mano me vachi pratishtitam, avir mayedhi. A beautiful Santipata. O Lord, when I talk, let my mouth be rooted in the intellect. Let there be no disparity in my thinking and speaking. Manome vachi pratishtitam. Let all my thoughts be in harmony with the words. This is another very, very important value. And how to practice this value? Swamiji, in this age, Kali Yuga, is it possible? People will ask him. People will ask our Swamiji. So, the implementation of this value is first. We take a list of our lies, our bluffings. We need not tell to others. You need not show it to Swamiji also. Take a list of the lies you are uttering. So many pages. So you have to write down in a book. Day-wise you can write them. So many pages may require in the beginning. Then what you have to do is, then you divide these lies into two categories consciously. The two categories are avoidable untruths, unavoidable untruths. You can make the list. That list also becomes very large. It will fill so many pages. Then try to avoid those avoidable untruths, avoidable lies. You can try to avoid them. As you practice, slowly this avoidable lies number will reduce drastically. Unavoidable untruths, you have to do prayaschita. You have to, write Ramanama. You have to write, utter Ramanama 108 times. Or, donate some money to a temple. Some kind of measurement you have it for unavoidable truths. Avoidable truths you try to avoid. As you practice, slowly this avoidable lies number will reduce drastically. And to your wonder, you understand, you observe. To your wonder, you observe that avoidable truths also will reduce considerably. So, this is what you have to practice to maintain the satyatvam. As you practice, you will be perfect in no time. People will not create a situation so that you have to speak untruth. So, they will be very, very careful. They know that you are following Satya Vratam and they appreciate you. So this is the thing you have to understand. So, prayaschittam is a must. If you talk a lie which cannot be avoided, you have to perform prayaschittam for that. So, with this, we have talked about the lies that can be controlled, the lies that cannot be controlled. But by practice, you can minimize the total number of lies and you can be very successful in maintaining the satyatvam. So we will see more in the next class. Om Tat Sat Sarvam Sri Krishna Arpanamast. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudatyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.